What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. So yes, I have a new setup going on. I recently moved, in case you don't follow me on my socials, so I have my own filming setup now, but that is not why we're here. So basically, I wanted to do this video for you guys because holy shit, this Scorpio new moon is digging up all kinds of fears, triggers, just scandals, craziness, and I really felt like I wanted to warn you guys and let you guys know how to kind of deal with this energy. I am going to go over each sign in general, but before you go down to the comments and look for your timestamp for your signs, just know this, that everything that I'm going to talk about first for the general energy is going to affect each sign as well. And you will hear when I start talking about the signs that everything I go over for each sign is going to basically be what I'm going to go over now, just in certain areas of life. So I would definitely listen to what I go over as a general theme for everybody. I'm also going to pull cards and do the weekly and Scorpio new moon reading for each sign as well. So this is astrology and tarot combined in one for you guys. If you guys end up liking this kind of video, I can start doing these weekly, incorporate the astrology into the weekly readings for you guys if that's what you would like. So yeah, sit back, grab a drink, grab a snack, relax, and let's talk about how freaking insane and crazy this Scorpio new moon in this week and the following week or two is going to be. First off, the first thing that I want to say, the new moon, the Scorpio new moon is happening this coming Sunday on October 27th. It's going to be around 10:30 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time, but that could change a little bit for you depending on where you're at in the world. Before I forget, I also want to say the November monthly readings for each sign and all signs is going to be coming out very soon as well. So definitely make sure your notifications are turned on so you can start getting updates. I've been posting a lot more kinds of videos and styles of videos and just kind of experimenting around. So make sure your notifications are on so you will know when I upload a video. But I want to say to you guys really quick that this new moon, in my opinion, is going to feel more of like a full moon because Scorpio has to do with endings, death, transformation, change, and it's just such an intense new moon that like all of the different generalizations that you hear about the full moons, how people get crazy, how accidents are, most likely to happen around this time, how there's drama, the energy is high, it's intense. This is what is going on this week for the Scorpio new moon. And this is why I wanted to warn you guys, because this energy can feel very triggering. It can feel very edgy. It can feel like your buttons are being pushed or like someone's exposing you or just crazy. People are getting triggered all over, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. But I just wanted to let you guys know that this could feel like a full moon for some. I know for me, it's been feeling like a full moon, basically. It's just chaos, and we're going to talk about why. So let's get into that. So Mercury is getting ready to go retrograde. It actually starts going retrograde on the day of Halloween, like I've talked about in previous videos. It's in its shadow period, so it's kind of like off the map a little bit if you want to look at it that way. But it is kind of in an easy flowing aspect with the planet Pluto, which is in Capricorn right now. And so what this means is that these planets are easily communicating together, whether for the favorable or unfavorable, basically. So it could be very easy to get triggered or to have negative thoughts or a negative perception or get scared about things. Basically, our shadow sides are like out to play. They're like out having a festival right now. They are out just like going wild. But yeah, this is all about your perception and your expectations. If you have super crazy expectations on people or situations or yourself or whatever this week, you are going to be freaking mad. Like you are going to be frustrated. You are going to be ready to like punch somebody, that kind of mad, because it's going to feel like you are just constantly hitting brick walls or you are just constantly getting let down. The good thing about this aspect though is that you can use this energy to change your perception, to transform the way that you're thinking about things, to transform the way that you are perceiving things, basically. So you can start looking at things on a very deep level and peel back the layers to get to the truth. And there may be some secrets or some hidden things that you didn't know about that are coming out around this time, or that are revealing themselves around this time. Some secrets or something that are coming out and you're like, whoa, like how did I not know that? Or how did I not see that? Or wow, you know, like, so that kind of thing could definitely be happening as well. But it's really all about your perception. Like, whatever happens this week, if you want it to completely just wipe you out and totally defeat you, it will. If you want to like just let it happen, let it roll off your shoulders and keep it moving, it'll be fine. So it's really all about your perspective and how you are looking at the situations that are happening this week, because they can sting. You know, it's Scorpio season, so it's like razor blades. It's like that scorpion tail just stinging you over and over and over again. And it's like, ouch, ouch, ouch. And after a while, you can be like, okay, I'm ready to punch someone, you know what I mean? But it's important to kind of learn how to work with this energy, which we are going over. So the next thing that is happening is Saturn, which is in Capricorn, is going to be in a rough aspect to Mars and Libra. So what this looks like is we could feel very like we want to take action, like we want to push things, like we want to force things, like we have all these things that we want to do, that we want to physically do, that we want to physically get done. But if you're not asking for other people's help, if you're not getting the opinions of other people first, if you are just like bolting forward, not even like worrying about other people or being selfish about it, or if you are just constantly trying to control things and force things, you are going to just keep hitting a dead end or a brick wall, like over and over and over, and it's going to feel so frustrating. And because Saturn in Capricorn is delays, it is making sure it's done right, it is being responsible, it is taking the slower path but the more efficient path, right? It is taking your time, it is just really making sure that you're doing things at the right time and place. And if you're just listening, if you're just feeling that Mars energy and you're just like, no, go, we gotta do it, we gotta rush, we gotta get it done, then you are just going to keep getting your ass handed to you, to be quite honest with you. And so it's really important to have boundaries, to know the time and place, you know, to like feel the setbacks, feel the feeling of being held back, but also like know that it's happening for a reason. It's not just happening to piss you off, and then it's no one else's fault, because you may feel like you want to blame people, like you want to point the finger at people, like it's other people's fault for triggering you or holding you back, or like just, and I was like this too, so I'm not just like preaching to you guys on what to do, like I'm saying my own experience already, because I normally start feeling the energies of whatever's going to happen about a week before it starts happening. So I've already been feeling this way, and let me tell you, like we moved and like over this weekend, we were supposed to be done in like a day or two. It took us 4 days to move, like actually really technically like 5 days to move, and it should not have taken that long. Like, yeah, we have stuff, but no more than the average person, if anything less than the average person. And it took us so fucking long because there was so many delays. My boyfriend got sick, the people that were supposed to help us move ended up getting the day off, and then other people were supposed to come move and then they didn't end up showing up, and then it was just insane. The carpets weren't clean enough, so then we had to wait a whole extra day for the carpets to get clean. I mean, it was like delay after delay after delay, and I was feeling that Mars energy. I'm just like, I want to get it done, I want to get it done now, I got work to do, I don't got time for this shit, like and I was feeling it, you guys. So I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. This isn't just like me blah 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 blah, you do this, like no, like I'm telling you. And like I had like there's points where I was like frustrated with my boyfriend. I'm like, this is all your fault, you're freaking sick. Like he can't help that he's sick, you know what I mean? And then I caught myself and I'm like, oh my god, this is this Mars square Saturn energy, I'm going nuts, like take a deep breath, you know. And I had to do the inner reflection, and that's what you have to do if you want to get through this, because you're just it's gonna feel like you're just hitting brick walls no matter what you do, and it's gonna feel like someone else has the power over you or has the control over your situation, like your situation or the effort, the work that you're doing is in someone else's hands, and you just have to trust that it's for a reason, and that however it's going to play out is going to be okay. And so basically, it's better to just feel this energy and do the inner reflection, because when you point the finger at someone, like you always hear, 3 more point right back at you. Whatever you are blaming them for, whatever you are getting triggered by them for, whatever you are pissed off about at them, whoever it is. And I'm sure you're seeing, like, there's probably all kinds of scandals going on online, on the internet. People are touchy, like you can't say anything without triggering someone. I mean, like, and that's their own shit that they don't want to look at. I mean, like, literally, I see it all the time. Twitter is literally like an archive for other people's shadows, like their shadow side. Like it's literally an archive for that, and like they don't even realize it. They're just like, well, if you didn't do this and if you didn't do that and what you're doing is wrong. And it's like, look at yourself. You know what I mean? Because even if you get one person to change to make you more comfortable, basically what you're doing is pointing the finger at someone and saying, you're making me uncomfortable and you need to stop. And that's giving them the power. You are giving them your power. You are giving your energy away. So when you start pointing the finger back at you and being like, why am I uncomfortable in the first place? That's when you start taking your power back, because whatever they do isn't going to bother you anymore. You're going to be able to walk by and be like, deuces. You know what I mean? So basically, don't give your power away. And if you do find someone that's taking your power away, you're giving it to them. So take it back, do the inner reflection. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's hard. That's why we want to point the finger at everybody else. But it's important to do that, to really understand what's going on inside of you and how to work and integrate that energy and work through it. And that's why in my online course, we are doing in-depth shadow work. We've been doing it all month long in October, and we've been doing it, we're going to be doing it all month long in November. And so, it's really important right now because our shadow is out everywhere. And if you are constantly looking at other people and wanting to blame other people and wanting to be the victim, then that's what you're going to be. You're going to always be the victim. And even if you get one person to start making you feel comfortable and stop making you feel uncomfortable, someone else out there is going to eventually make you feel uncomfortable again. And then what are you going to do about that? And then if you even get another person to stop doing XYZ that makes you uncomfortable, someone else is going to do it. So it's just like, it's better to just do the inner work, the spiritual work, and align yourself so you can get on a higher vibration. And so that shit doesn't bother you, and you don't give your power away to people so easily, if that makes sense. So, and I'm sure that might even trigger some of you. And if it does, that's not my fault. So I totally shouldn't have to do this, and I wouldn't normally, but with how crazy this astrology is and how it's set up in my own chart, I feel like this video is probably going to trigger people itself. So I just wanted to remind you that if someone does trigger you, it doesn't mean that they're not an asshole. They can totally still be an asshole. They can totally still be a piece of shit, like on the side of the road, right? But you can take their power away by basically looking at yourself and looking at what about them triggers you so bad, right? So that's basically all I was saying here. It doesn't mean that someone's not an asshole and it's all your fault. That's not what I was saying, or that you're the one to blame. I'm basically saying that when you point the finger, when you blame other people, and when something truly triggers you and gets under your skin, it's normally something to do with something in you. So hopefully I made that clear, but I just wanted to basically give a little disclaimer for that. But anyways, it's not a good idea to take any big serious risk around this time. I would even say like no contracts if you can help it, no agreements. There's a lot of signs where when I was doing the notes, when I was looking at the charts, that came up for it seemed like just agreements, legal stuff was just not a good idea right now. Uranus is in Taurus, and it's going to be challenging this new moon in Scorpio, and Uranus is the game changer. It shakes shit up, it surprises people. You can expect the unexpected with Uranus. You will never know what to expect. So there's going to be a lot of unexpected, surprising, out of nowhere, random, synchronistic events that are happening this week because it's going to be challenging this new moon in Scorpio. And so that's why it's another reason why it's going to feel like a full moon, because it's going to feel like a crisis. Everyone's going to be like, oh my God, and they're going to take something small and turn it into a crisis. Or there could be actual crisis happening as well that may not even be something small, basically. Watch your fears. You may feel like there's some authority or someone that you view as having power over you that you want to rebel against in some way, because Uranus is the rebel. And so, like I've been saying, get that second opinion. Look at all sides of the situation before bolting forward. Really do the internal work first, just really try to make fair decisions, get others' point of view. Also, listen to your intuition, you know what I mean? Because Scorpio is very intuitive. It's a very intuitive sign. Expect the unexpected. Be honest with yourself. That's another thing. Scorpio will bring up chaos and intense events and, crisis and change for you to be honest with yourself. And the more honest with yourself you are, the more internal work you do, the less your reality has to fall apart to get your attention, right? So that's another big thing. Anyways, what you want or what you're trying to manifest may be having some issues. It may feel like it's not paying off, or like you're just blocked, or you're not being able to reap your rewards, reap your benefits. You're not being able to bring your manifestations into physical reality for some reason. And it could really feel like that this week. You may feel like held back or blocked or experience setbacks and delays, like I was saying before, and you will get frustrated. Like it's probably a 100% chance that you will get frustrated if you're not prepared, or if you don't let go and you try to control the situation. Okay, so now we are going to move on to how this week and this energy is going to affect each sign and go over the cards that I pulled for each sign. So we are going to start, we're going to do them in groups of twos. So basically each sign and its opposite sign. So Scorpio and Taurus, Sag and Gemini, Capricorn and Cancer, and so on. So if you would like to check your timestamps down below, feel free to do so. And yeah, let's get into it. What is going on, Taurus and Scorpio? This is your guys' weekly reading. So basically, we're going to start with Scorpio. Scorpio, the new moon is happening in your first house, which I'm sure you already know. It's in your sign. And it's going to be challenging the planet Uranus in your opposite sign of Taurus. So this is a spot for you in the sky that is all about relationships, that is all about just other people and any kind of interpersonal relationships you have. It can deal with agreements, contracts, and things like that as well. And so, or even marriage. So with this new moon opposing Uranus in Taurus for you guys, I feel like there's going to be a realization or some kind of ending, change, transformation, or something shaken up to do in your relationship life or with contracts, agreements, marriage, etc. You may find that your partner is very intense around this time, or could be a little chaotic or crazy, or not like crazy, but you know what I mean. Maybe changes somehow or shifts or does something that's surprising or unexpected for you. And Mars is going to be in your guys' 12th house. And it's going to be squaring Saturn in your 3rd house. So what I personally think this means is there could be some subconscious fears that you have that are driving you right now, Scorpio, and that you may need to talk about. There may be some kind of in-depth or intense conversation that you need to have with a partner or a friend or someone in your life, or even, like I said, if your partner or something unexpected or surprising happens with your partner, relationship, or marriage, or some kind of agreement, that could definitely come up around this time. I would definitely say be very wary of contracts, agreements, legalities, just anything to do with signing on the dotted line. Be very careful with that right now. You may feel like you need a little bit more freedom in your love life, or your partner may feel that way. And also, Pluto is going to be in your 3rd house as well, and it's going to be sextiling Venus in your 1st house. So I feel like there is a lot of deep reflection, deep thinking going on around this time for you guys, Scorpio. You are probably feeling your energy, you know, the Scorpio season that is coming up. And there's probably some deep conversations that need to happen here. And I think that it's really important for you to put your self-worth first around this time. Really take care of yourself. Really, with Venus in the 1st house, this is really, you know, self-care routine, all that kind of stuff that you really want to pay attention to around this time. So that is what that's kind of like the brief thing of what I'm getting for you guys in your astrology. Let's go ahead and go over your tarot cards here. So we have the Rescuer, which says, the light attributes are provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. The shadow attributes are assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. So basically, you could be in a situation this week, Scorpio, because you're used to this energy. You're used to your energy, right? You're used to crisis, change, like you can do well in that kind of thing. But when other people are going through it, you could be in a situation where you feel like people need saving, or you're the one that people are coming to a lot this week. You know what I mean? Oh, and look at that. We also have partnerships and alliances with all this 3rd and 7th house energy for you guys, Scorpio. Like I said, you would be dealing with that. I also kind of feel that some kind of unexpected event could happen when it comes to other people. So maybe at X, maybe your current relationship, something unexpected happens there. But it seems like you may have to get honest with yourself. Is there someone that you're only with, Scorpio, because you are trying to rescue them from whatever they're going through? You know what I mean? We also have victory and success. So it does seem here, Scorpio, like you guys may be trying to save someone or trying to help someone, and it does look like it's going to go okay so far. I do feel like some of you are trying to help someone, but you also are going to be known for it or congratulated for it or something along those lines. And I like some of you may be doing it for that reason. I also think that some of you, if you're in this kind of energy where you're trying to help someone or save someone and you could be putting them first, it's really important to get some kind of second opinion on that with partnership and alliances here. So the last two cards we have is the Two of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So I really feel like this is some kind of decision that you guys are trying to make here. I feel like some of you are kind of in, once again, some kind of partnership contract. Just be careful with that. Like, it may go okay. I'm not really seeing anything bad in the cards here, but you may be trying to rush it and there may be some delays. That's the only thing. Or something unexpected could happen really fast. You know, this contract could come out of nowhere and really change things in some way for you. But there could be some kind of agreement. And once again, I do feel like if you're able to talk about your feelings on a deep level and really be, you know, balanced about it and really kind of be harmonious about it, you'll be able to come to some kind of agreement. You'll be able to find the harmony in the situation. So that is what I am seeing for you guys for this week, Scorpio. We are going to go ahead and move on to Taurus. What is going on, Taurus? This is your weekly messages for this coming week for the Scorpio New Moon. Oh my God, I keep doing that. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So Taurus, this new moon for you is happening in a house of relationships, and it's going to be challenging Uranus in your first house. So with Uranus in your first house, you guys have been really learning how to become more liberated, to have a more free life, to be more free. You're seeking more freedom in things and to really be yourself uniquely and to be different and just to really embrace all of the different quirky areas of yourself and your life. But with this new moon in Scorpio, in a spot for you that really deals with other people, relationships, alliances, agreements, contracts, you could find that you may be in a contract or a relationship that just does not feel freeing to you anymore, or in a situation where you don't feel like you have freedom, or you may feel trapped, or something along those lines where you really want to rebel or shake things up or change something to get out of this situation, relationship, agreement, contract, whatever it is, right? So you could really be feeling that way around this Scorpio new moon. Now Mars is in your 6th house of health, work, your workplace, co-workers, daily routine, and Saturn is in your 9th house of your belief systems, foreign travels, higher education, all of that. So Mars in your 6th house, you're really wanting to get shit done at work. You're really wanting to take action when it comes to your health, when it comes to, you know, your daily routines, the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. You're probably really busy. You're probably busy working a lot, and you just want to put action into all of these things. You feel great physically, health-wise, or you're starting to feel great physically, or you're taking action to start feeling great physically in some way. But Saturn here is slowing you down. So other people's opinions, other people's beliefs, elderly people, you know, the 9th house rules. So any kind of like elderly person or grandparent or something could be slowing you down, or school, higher education in some way. All of these things could be slowing you down in some way. You could be feeling like you're having delays. There could be something to do with travel, some kind of delay with travel, or some kind of block. Now, your beliefs about things or your opinions about things also may be delaying you or blocking you. You may need a higher understanding of whatever is going on that you're really trying to do and you're really putting effort in to really understand the situation clearer. You may need to think about it on a higher level, open your mind to it, right? You could also be trying to manifest something in your work life that just isn't happening right now. It feels like it's taking forever. Maybe you're trying to get promoted, or you're trying to get something seen, and it just seems like you're getting blocked constantly, or like you're getting delayed or hitting brick walls. And so Pluto is also in your 9th house, and this is sextiling Venus in your 7th house. So this is really good to meet people or have conversations with people about their beliefs, or get into some kind of deep harmonious conversation or situation with someone where they are expressing their beliefs are possibly a relationship or someone that you know could really help you see things from a different point of view, to really help you see things from a deeper and higher understanding that maybe you weren't seeing before. So this is a very harmonious aspect as well. You could even meet someone or be attracted to someone that isn't your normal type, or that is a little bit out of your comfort zone normally, or that lives far away, or that is just foreign in some way, basically. Yeah, so the main themes here is like sex, intimacy, relationships, work, bad habits, coworkers, delays, health, routines, all of that. And that's for Taurus and Scorpio. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what your cards say about this week for you guys. Taurus. Okay, so first things first, we have the bully here. It caught my eye first. It says light attributes highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attributes conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So Taurus, you or someone else could be embracing this archetype this week, or for this Scorpio new moon. Like I said, you could be dealing with a lot of opinions from others, a lot of harsh opinions, a lot of honesty, or you could be taking your own opinions and beliefs out on others, and it's really holding you back in the workplace or just in life in general. So you could definitely be dealing with some kind of form of this archetype this week. So you definitely want to pay attention to that. And like I said, look at things from a higher perspective. Go into your beliefs. Like, why do you believe this? And do you have to believe? Is it even accurate? You know, like, and really doing the shadow work behind all of this. So anyways, the next card we have here is authority, and this is all about Saturn as well here. So once again, you know, you could be either the authority in the situation, or someone else could be, and you could feel a little bit powerless over the situation, or you could be standing up to some kind of authority this week or something along those lines. But this could be a boss, this could be you know, some kind of like grandparent or something along those lines, a teacher, whatever. So the next card we have is rest and rejuvenation. So I feel like Taurus, some of you guys have been probably working a little bit too hard, or just been a little bit too busy, or maybe you've been doing a lot of stuff for other people lately at work, really trying to balance things out to the point where you're trying to keep the peace, but now you're getting bullied, or you've gotten angry and now you're taking it out on others and kind of becoming the bully. So it's really important to take a step back, regather yourself, regather your thoughts, really take a breath, you know what I mean, and just chill out. So the next cards we have is the Knight of Hazards and the King of Swords. So Taurus, you could be dealing with somebody that is kind of harsh with their words, but maybe it does seem like you're probably dealing with someone at work or just in a relationship in general. It does seem like you're having to take things like slow, or do things a little bit differently. Like you're trying to rush things, you're trying to get things done, but you're not thinking clearly about things, kind of like I've been saying. It does look like this will be some kind of challenge with somebody that you work with, or that's just in your life in general, that you're in a relationship with. And so you're just feeling trapped in some way a little bit. And I feel like this rest and rejuvenation is going to help you collect your thoughts and figure out how to take your next step, how to go about this. You don't want to take action without getting other people's opinions about this week. That was really going to help you. Taking a second look at it, looking at it from a different angle, a higher perspective, is really going to help you this week, Taurus. So that is all for you guys, Taurus and Scorpio. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you have another sign you want to watch, you can just skip to that sign. Bye. What is going on, Sagittarius and Gemini? These are your weekly messages for the Scorpio new moon and for this week in general. So this is for Sagittarius, this is for Gemini. We're going to go over both of your guys' astrology and then look at your guys' cards. And also, I would kind of listen to both, because you may relate to one or the other, because you guys are both on the same axis and experiencing very similar stuff. So basically, for Sagittarius, this new moon, the Scorpio new moon, is happening in a sector for you that is all about kind of retreating, going inwards, being more personal, isolating a little bit more. Also could be dealing with hospitals, spiritual retreats, you know, institutions, things like that. And Uranus isn't a part of the sky for you, Sagittarius, that deals with health, daily routine, work, the workplace, coworkers, all of that stuff. So what could happen here is some kind of event could be triggered to do with your health, your daily routine, your work, your habits, something along those lines. This could honestly be a crisis for both Sag and Gemini just because of the houses that we're dealing with. There could be something going on with someone in the hospital, or, and I'm not trying to scare you guys, I'm just being honest, like someone in the hospital or something like that. There could be some kind of news found out, or just something that was really unexpected that kind of happens out of nowhere. But for Sagittarius, Mars is in your 11th house and it's squaring Saturn in your 2nd. So basically Mars is in the 11th house. So you're really kind of, there could be a lot of people around you, a lot of friends that are really busy, or you've been really busy, or you're like wanting to hang out with friends, or you're really wanting to work on your goals. But it's almost like you're really wanting to do something. You're really wanting to do something with other people or do something out in the world. But Saturn is in your 2nd house, Sagittarius, which is kind of holding you back. So there's kind of like, no, you need to work on your self-worth. No, you need to, like, you don't have enough money, or just all these responsibilities and the things that you put value in. It's like you really want to do these things, but it's time to really question if these things are actually valuable to you. Like, are they going to give you value? How are they going to make you feel at the end of the day, basically? And so that is something that definitely could be coming up for you around this time, Sagittarius. Venus is also in your 12th house and it is sextiling Pluto in your 2nd. So this could be a really deep subconscious look at your self-worth, at your shadow, at just basically things that maybe you've been hiding from yourself, and kind of bringing them together to create a more harmonious situation. Basically, what's going on between you and Gemini all has to do with work, coworkers, health, habits, daily routine, sleep, crisis, endings, change, unexpected events, something to do with possibly hospitals or institutions, money, finances, loans, investments, taboo, occult, and government. So it could be coming up for both of you guys. And then Gemini, the new moon for you is in your 6th house and opposing Uranus in the 12th house. So kind of the same thing here, you know, the focus really gets drawn to your health, your daily routines, how organized are you, your work life, your coworkers, you know, and all of that. And so something could be going on behind the scenes that really comes out that you were really not expecting, or something surprising, or your sleep life could be a little bit disrupted or something along those lines. But yeah, something unexpected, surprising to do with hospitals, institutions, things that are hidden in some way, or secrets, hidden enemies, all of that. Mars is in your 5th house, so you're really wanting to, you know, do something that you're passionate about, get creative. You have all these ideas, you're really wanting to do stuff. But with Saturn in your 8th squaring this, you're kind of like, I have to be serious right now, or I have to do all these things I don't want to do, or I have to face my fears, or, you know, also with Mars in the 5th, you could be really busy with children around this time. With it squaring Saturn in the 8th, there could be some kind of child support issue or delay, or, you know, benefit delay that's going on here. There could also be some sexuality stuff coming up for both of you, Sag and Gemini. So that's something else to kind of look out for as well. But yeah, so let's go ahead and look at your guys' cards. So starting with Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, this Scorpio new moon for you. Oh, okay. So we have the Hermit archetype card coming up for you guys. It says light attribute seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. So like I was saying, 12th house deals with solitude. It deals with retreating a little bit. It deals with kind of isolating a little bit from the world. But the shadow attributes are withdrawals from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. So Sagittarius, you could really be wanting to kind of draw back, to kind of stick to yourself. But your everyday life, your work life, coworkers, people in need really need you around this time. And so you're kind of like, shit, like, I really want to just like take this time to myself. I really want to go on a retreat. I really want to go on a vacation, or go on some kind of spiritual adventure or whatever. And now I have to work, or now I have these responsibilities, these everyday responsibilities, or these health things that I have to take care of, whatever it may be. You also have truth, which is also a big one with Scorpio energy in your 12th house. Like I said, hidden things could be coming to light, and financial and material changes. So yeah, I feel like you're wanting to retreat, but something comes to light where there's some kind of, you know, responsibility or obligation or truth that prevents you from really doing these things. Now, some of you could be going the other way. Maybe you're wanting to distract yourself instead of dealing with the truth, and maybe you're avoiding the truth in some kind of way. But I do feel like with financial and material changes that you may have some kind of stuff with money going on around this time, some kind of changes with money going on. We also have the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands here. So Sagittarius, I feel like you are definitely having to like beat people off of you this week, like having to like basically people are testing your boundaries. People are really testing you, and you just don't want to be around people. You just don't want anything to do with these people. Now you could kind of feel like an underdog in a situation this week. You could even be protecting someone that feels like an underdog, or like have to protect someone that feels like an underdog. But basically, I feel like, you know, people are constantly wanting to be around you, or you're wanting to distract yourself with people because you don't want to put up boundaries. It could go either way. So definitely let me know down below if you guys related to this Sagittarius. And let's move on to Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, this is your weekly tarot reading for the Scorpio New Moon. So the first card we have is Poet. So it says the light attribute expresses soul insights and symbolic language. The shadow attribute turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. So yeah, you could be working on some kind of creative venture this week. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. You could be really looking at the beauty in a situation, and with all that 5th house energy, you're really using your imagination and really wanting to do things for yourself, really wanting to focus on creativity and beauty and all of that. And I feel like, you know, there is something here going on, passion, ignited, victory, and success. There's something that you're really wanting to put out in the world, something creative, something imaginative, something that you've really been working on, something that you really want to be known for. But I feel like some of you could end up saying something that causes some kind of scandal, because we have the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. So I feel like you may end up putting your foot in your mouth for some reason, and if you kind of look at these cards, that's kind of what it looks like as well. So just be careful with that, Gemini. You definitely may have to weigh out, you know, things that you say or things that you do here, and it does talk about turning a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. So I feel like you could say something, you know, during some kind of creativity thing, and people could get pissed about it, or I don't know, I feel like you're taking some kind of risk and you may need to rest on it a little bit more, think on it a little bit more, just really kind of wait to do whatever it is. So that is what I'm getting for you guys, Gemini. Hopefully it resonated. Let me know down below. And let's move on to Capricorn and Cancer. What is going on, Capricorn and Cancer? Welcome to your weekly and Scorpio New Moon messages. So if you didn't hear the beginning of this video, this is a really big week. I mean, this is a really big deal. So let's go ahead and start with Capricorn. So this new moon for you guys is going to be in your 11th house. It's going to be opposing Uranus, which is in your 5th house of Taurus. So Mars is going to be in your 10th house, squaring Saturn in your 1st. So for me, I feel like this is going to have a lot to do with basically with the new moon in your 11th house. This is going to have to do with friends, groups of people, society, humanity. It's your house of gains. It's where you manifest things, where things that you manifest come into physical reality. But there's going to be some kind of unexpected thing that could happen. And I don't really think for Capricorn, especially that this new moon itself, this new moon and Uranus thing is going to be too crazy. I feel like it's more of like deals with your passion, it deals with other people. I feel like something may happen, but then Uranus is kind of like in the 5th house, like, do I really want that? I feel like it's more about embracing your freedom when it comes to society and what other people think of you for Capricorn. With Mars in your 10th squaring Saturn in your 1st, I feel like this is going to have a lot to do with career and authority. You're going to really like have this drive, this physical energy, this physical force, this this need to like move forward with that Mars energy in your 10th house, especially with career, your reputation, your future, your goals. You're really gonna like you're gonna have this drive to like focus on those things. But with Saturn in your first, it's asking you like, what have you been learning over this past year and a half, Capricorn? Like, it's time to be responsible. It's time to find your own inner sense of authority, your inner authority, not just your outer authority. You may get in conflicts with people in the workplace or people in your career or with people in authority, or other people may be challenging you if you're in a position of authority. And you may have to deal with some kind of boss, client, or employee causing you stress or delays in some way. Or you may be the one that has to delay someone else in your career, or someone in a position of authority, or someone just could be really stressing you out, just really kind of like trying to force you to do something or have power over you. So it's really important that you find that inner authority this week. And for this Scorpio New Moon, Capricorn, Venus is going to be in your 11th house as well, and it's going to be making a really positive aspect to Pluto in your first. So if you can find this power within you, if you can really tap into your own inner truth and sense of authority, and you can like not try to control the situation necessarily or force anything, just really stand in your own power, this is really going to pay off really well. It's going to create harmony with a group of people. It's going to possibly help whatever's been being delayed manifest into your life, basically. So let's go ahead and see what the tarot cards say for you, Capricorn. So we have child and magical. So the light attributes to this is seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. The shadow attributes is pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So Capricorn, you may be a little bit too practical or a little bit too realistic lately, or around this time. You may kind of not be believing in yourself, or, you know, just keeping things like really practical. Like, there is no such thing as miracles. Like, I have to work hard if I want to get places, etc., etc. And I think Mars, the Saturn and Mars aspect in this new moon in general, is teaching you to shake things up a little bit, is teaching you to expect the unexpected, and that miracles can happen. And even if it doesn't look like a miracle at first, it is in some way. The next two cards you have is, we have memory of loss. No, I'm sorry, memory of love. I was like, wait. Memories of love, which is the 6 of Cups. So I feel like, Capricorn, this could be bringing up something from the past. Like, there may be something from your past that, you know, is the reason why you don't want to believe in miracles, or why you're being too practical, or whatever. And then we have financial and material changes. So I feel like you are being forced, you know, through material and financial changes, or just changes or unexpected events in the workplace or career that are forcing you to reconnect with yourself, that is forcing you to find self-love, self-respect, your power, your inner authority, okay? So we have 9 of Hazards and 3 of Swords. Ooh. So definitely dealing with some heartbreak from the past, or some past things that possibly really hurt you, okay? And it's really important that, I feel like this week you're going to be kind of like basically reminiscing on the past and how far you've come. This could be some relationship stuff, or some stuff from the past to do with a relationship that hurt you, some kind of synchronistic event coming back up, or something to do with that relationship in the past that hurt you. Because there's something about being single here, and finding your independence, and finding the beauty in being independent in this reading, I feel like. So I feel like some of you guys are dealing with that as well. But it's also caused you to lose hope in love, or miracles, or just magic in love. And so I feel like this week you're being challenged to kind of find that again, but in a different way. It doesn't have to be in like fairy tales type of way, but just in a different way in general. So that is what I am seeing for you guys, Capricorn. Let's go ahead and move on to Cancer. What's up, Cancer? Welcome to your new moon in Scorpio forecast for astrology and tarot, and welcome to your weekly forecast. So today we are talking about the new moon in Scorpio, like I just said. I don't know why I said that twice, but the new moon is going to be happening in a part of the sky for you, Cancer, that is all about passion, children, creativity, romance, entertainment, dating, all of that great stuff. But it's going to be challenging the planet Uranus, which shakes things up. It's chaotic, it's unexpected, it's surprising, it's the rebel. And Uranus for you is in a part of the sky that has to do with friends, other people, society, your gains, and all of that stuff. So you could be feeling like you really want to focus on your children or your romance or dating or something creative, but maybe something in society or your friends are kind of pulling you from that, or something to do with what other people think, or maybe you feel like you've been really putting a lot of effort, energy, and passion into something, but it's not paying off the way that you would like. Something unexpected could come up with your friends or with society in general, or just some kind of unexpected gain could come in, some kind of surprise could happen. But yeah, I feel like you're really putting a lot of passion, and you're really thinking about how you want this passion to help free other people or give other people a sense of freedom in some way. So Mars is going to be in a part for you that is all about basically your family, your roots, your personal life, what you do behind closed doors, your childhood, your past. So you could find a lot of interesting things coming up around this time to do with those themes. And it's going to be challenging Saturn, which is in a part of the sky for you to deal with your relationships. So this is major X from the past kind of energy coming up here. And with this new moon in the 5th house, it's like, oh, well, maybe it'll be different this time. Maybe things can change. And with Uranus in the 11th house, it's kind of like, well, what are other people going to think of me? You know what I mean? So I kind of been getting this for you guys, but this could also be delays in contracts, agreements, legalities, your home life, any home property stuff that you're dealing with, all of that. So yeah, if you're doing anything in the home, Saturn could be delaying you. It could be asking you to be a lot more responsible. Could be asking you to make some kind of commitment or take your time or slow down or something along those lines. So those are the themes that you guys could be dealing with, Cancer. Now let's go ahead and see what your tarot cards are for the Scorpio New Moon this week. So we have the Thief. And the light attributes to this is sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. The shadow attributes are stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or others' powers you think you lack. So basically, you could have somebody doing this to you, or you could be comparing yourself to others right now, big time, Cancer. You could be feeling like, you know, others are better than you, or you need to compete with others, you know, with that 5th house energy, all about creativity, and that's what this talks about, creative ideas and stuff. With that 5th house energy, you could be really feeling like, you know, you're not good enough, or you're comparing your work to other people's work, or somebody kind of rips you off for your work, or something that you've been working on, or someone gets over on you with contracts, agreements, legalities, and stuff like that. And that's why I said watch out for those types of things. Let's see what else we have here. So we have recognition and reward, which is like the 3 of, I think, Wands, possibly, maybe Pentacles. And then we have accelerated motion, which is, okay, so the 8 of Wands. So this is probably Pentacles then. So basically, I feel like you're definitely pushing something forward. There's definitely recognition possibly coming in, and somebody could be possibly ripping you off for that recognition, or it could make other people copy you or something like that, or you could be right, or it could be you doing that. It could be vice versa, basically. So just make sure you watch out for that. Also, somebody, I feel like somebody could be in your life that's kind of using you, or someone from your past could be using you in some way, or something that you did in the past you could be getting recognition for. But just be careful, because you don't want to end up in some kind of like legal thing because of copyright or something like that. So we also have the Page of Swords and the Lovers. So the first thing that came to my mind is stalker. So Cancer, I know this is kind of specific. Maybe you won't relate to the tarot card portion of this the most, but basically, I mean, just look at these cards. I feel like there's someone that is envious or jealous, or that wants to rip off something that you're doing, or you're feeling like this for other people. Like, there definitely could be someone coming back into your life, but it could be not so much for the right reasons. You know what I mean? And I feel like you really need to kind of think about this week. And I feel like an ex could definitely be reaching out to you through communication, written or verbal communication. So that's something else to kind of keep in mind. The Lovers is Gemini energy. Yeah, and then we have air energy as well here. So definitely could be some stuff going on with that. So just kind of pay attention. And that is what I am getting from your guys' reading, Cancer and Capricorn. So let's go ahead and move on to Aquarius and Leo. What is going on, Aquarius and Leo? This is your Scorpio New Moon and weekly messages. So let's talk about it. So if you guys didn't see the beginning of the video, the Scorpio New Moon is such a huge deal. It is so big. It is so crazy. So definitely, if you haven't seen that part of it, definitely watch it. It's super intense. But anyways, so let's go ahead and start with Aquarius. So the Scorpio New Moon for you is going to be happening in your 10th house. And basically this is a sector that is all about your career, your reputation, your self-image, your authority figures in general, your public image, how people see you out in public, your public persona, and just your future, your goals, your path, and all of that. And so basically it's going to be challenging Uranus, which is happening in your 4th house. And so there's kind of this challenge going on, like you really want to put your energy, your focus, the focus starts going on to your career, your life path, your purpose, like your authority or authority figures and what you want to do with your life. And Uranus is in the 4th house, shaking things up with your family, your home, your roots, your past, your childhood. So there could be some real kind of unexpected, surprising events that go on in the home or the family life around this time that are affecting your career, your future, your goals for yourself in some way. You could feel like you really need to kind of have a little bit more freedom in your career or in your home or family life or in your personal life. You could feel kind of held back or trapped in some way. So this is like a really big deal because the 4th and 10th house are cardinal houses. So this is bringing about some big change for you and Leo, Aquarius. So Mars is going to be in your 9th house of belief systems, higher understanding, other people's opinions, all of that, higher education. And so you really have this drive to put something out into the world, to really do things, to learn things, to, you know, deal with things. You could also find that other people have a lot of opinions or are stressing you out with what they think. And then you have Saturn. You know, Mars is going to be kind of challenging Saturn, which is in your 12th house. And so you're kind of like wanting to retreat, or you may find yourself arguing with people or trying to defend things or trying to rebel against people or trying to get people to see things your way. And Saturn is asking you to retreat. It's asking you to go within and not blame other people or try to force things or control other people in any way. To just kind of take a step back, breathe, go within. It's also really important that you don't forget about any kind of like hidden responsibilities that you have or something along those lines. If you're traveling, there could be some kind of delays around this time as well. This could be subconscious beliefs, arguments, triggers, scandals, delays in travel, dealing with other people's opinions, basically everything that I've said. Yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you guys, Aquarius. So let's go over your guys' tarot cards for this new moon and this week. So the first card we have here is Networker, the Networker archetype. And this says the light attributes are enhances unity through sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. So this is such an Aquarian card already. The shadow attributes are conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. So Aquarius, you could be trying to network this week. You could be trying to tell people something, like I was saying before. You could be sharing your opinion or what you've learned with other people, but it could come across very pushy or forceful. People are getting triggered very easily right now, and so they may take you as you're forcing your opinion onto them, or you may have to check your motives. Maybe you are kind of forcing your opinion or your beliefs onto other people because you really want them to believe what you believe, but it could be kind of freaking other people out or cause arguments, or you could be doing it for your own personal gain, and it could just end up not working out. You have the crown chakra. Awesome. And you have passion ignited. So it's really important to have a higher understanding. These are both purple. So I feel like you have this passion, Aquarius, this week. Like you really want people to have some kind of awakening or experience some kind of spiritual experience, or what some kind of belief can do for you. You have this passion. You really want to share this spiritual information with people this week, but they're just not ready to hear it. Some people are just not ready. Some people, it's just not their path in this life to awaken. You know what I mean? And so you kind of have to take that for what it is. I feel like some of you may also be having downloads or spiritual messages come to you this week, and it's really going to help you ignite some kind of passion inside. And what do you know? You have the Hermit, which we talked about, kind of retreating, going within, and then the World, which is amazing. So I feel like this week, as much as you want to take your passions outside and, you know, share them with other people and network and all of that, I feel like the cards are asking you to go within a little bit more, to kind of withdraw from the world for a little bit, do your own thing, to really look within, you know, like as you can see in this card, she's laying in this bed and all these hands, like, because it's the zombie tarot, they're like all trying to get in, and she's just not even bothered, like, and I feel like that's what you guys need to do. I feel like you guys are just getting away from the world. Yeah, there could be some travel issues or delays or something, but all in all, I feel like it's gonna go well. You know, you can't change the whole entire world in a day. You just can't, and some people don't want to change, and I feel like that's really important for you guys to remember for whatever reason this week, Aquarius. So that is what I'm getting for you guys. Let's go ahead and move on to my Leos. What is going on, Leo? Welcome to your guys' weekly messages along with these Scorpio New Moon messages. So this is what is going on for us as Leo rising suns or moons this coming week and for the Scorpio New Moon. So the new moon is happening in a place for us that is all about family, our roots, our childhood, our personal lives, what we do behind closed doors, our homes, investments, property, all of that. So basically, Uranus is going to be challenging this new moon, and Uranus for us is in a place that is all about career, authority, reputation, self-image. So there may be kind of this something unexpected that happens in the career or in authority or with our self-image or reputation. We may kind of like really want to be focusing on our home, but maybe something unexpected or surprising comes up with career and it really needs our attention, right? We're also, I feel like this could be a very transformative time for Leos, this new moon, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of change, transformation happening with the home life, the personal life, the family, and the career. I feel like some of you guys could have family that is not approving of your life or the direction of your life. I feel like something could change in the direction of your life this week. Like this is one of those weeks. That's why I've been saying, that's why I did this video. It's serious. So anyways, I feel like there could be some kind of unexpected move, change in the home life or living situation in general. You know, also something to do with the career, some kind of change or transformation with the career, your future, the need for more freedom in your home life or with your family. You could be feeling a little trapped or suppressed by your family as well. Mars is going to be in a spot for us that is all about our communication, speaking up, our mind, our environment. And Saturn is going to be in a spot for us that where it's been in, which is all about health, daily routine, work, coworkers, etc. So there could be some intense arguments that happen with coworkers or other employees or bosses this week, Leo, so watch out for that. Also, there may be something that you really want to speak up about or that you say without thinking that could end up resulting in some kind of scandal. So really watch what you say. This is just really like you may be like really opinionated right now, like super opinionated, and you may be wanting to blame others for whatever's going on, or you may be feeling like other people are pushing their responsibility off on you at work, or just like you're hitting brick walls in work, or, you know, with coworkers or whatever, or that you're having a lot of responsibility at work and it just may seem kind of like overloading at times. So it's really important to kind of remember this is going to pass. This is some kind of test. And even though you're doing all of this work and putting all this energy into things and you don't know what the outcome is going to be at first, it's happening for a reason. So just trust the universe right now. So let's see what your cards have to say. So we have the waiting game. We have the waiting game, and this is the Two of Wands. So there's definitely something here that we have been waiting for. We may feel stuck or like we're blocked or something this week, but I really feel like the way that you're going to get this is by emotionally withdrawing and focusing on yourself, refreshing yourself, coming back to center, coming back to focus, and really just getting in touch with yourself. So this is the Eight of Cups normally. So it's really kind of walking away from anything that has been kind of firing you up, because the next card we have is the Avenger archetype. The light attributes is desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. The shadow attributes resorting to violence in the name of a cause. So like I said, arguments, scandals, all of that could be happening this week. You could be wanting to avenge something, or you could feel like you're being treated unfairly. And you could feel like the universe is being unfair to you right now. You could feel like you've been putting all of this work and hard, like you have all these ideas and hard, you know, you're putting all this energy, like hard work into something, and you feel like it's not paying you off like it should be, like it's not manifesting like it should be. And I feel like with this, it's seeing the waiting game, you know, emotionally withdrawing, taking a step back from it all, instead of falling into a Seven of Wands, Four of Cup moment. We're like freaking out, I can't handle this, you're complacent, you don't know what you want to do. You know, so it does look like Leos are kind of going to be a little bit triggered this week. You're going to be feeling like, you know, kind of bored or like complacent, or you're really going to be thinking about that one thing that you don't have that you wish you did, right? And in the Seven of Wands, it could feel like everyone's attacking you, everyone's throwing their opinions at you, everyone wants you to do something, like, or that you're the victim of a situation, but you have the upper hand, because the Seven of Wands always has the upper hands. Even though the odds are against him, he still has the upper hand. He just doesn't see that. And then with the Four of Cups, you know what I mean? He doesn't realize what he does have. He's kind of being ungrateful. And so I feel like, Leo, if you're not careful, you could kind of slip into that energy this week. So just kind of keep that in mind. But that is what I'm getting for us as Leos. And we are going to move on to Pisces and Virgo. What is going on, Pisces and Virgo? These are your weekly messages for the Scorpio New Moon and just the week in general. So let's go ahead and start. So let's start with Pisces. The new moon for you guys is happening in your in a spot for you that is really all about travel, foreign lands, higher education, other languages, understanding, having a higher understanding of things, getting out of your comfort zones. But this new moon is going to be challenging Uranus, which is in a part for you that is your comfort zones and staying in what you know and your environment, your local environment, and like easy transportation and short travel. So basically around this time, you could find that you're dealing with a lot of people's opinions, or that basically something that you thought you knew isn't necessarily what you thought it was. So something unexpected could come up with your beliefs or other people's beliefs, or you could have a new understanding of something or a huge realization of something. You could be dealing with some kind of grandparents or elderly people. You could also be dealing with travel around this time, or making plans to travel. So Mars is in a sector for you that is all about sex, death, transformation, rebirth, other people's money, other people's finances, the taboo, the occult. And it is challenging Saturn, which is in a place that is all about friends, society, humanitarian stuff, and gains and goals. So what this could be is basically you have this need to control something to do with possibly something that's out of your control, or you've been really trying to manifest something or take charge over something or have power over something to do with something that you want to bring into you, or to do with society or someone else or your friends or something along those lines. And it could be being delayed or blocked for some reason. So basically this could have anything to do with money, society, just feelings of intensity, or some issues with sexuality, basically delays in financial opportunities or gains, and feeling triggered by society or friends in general could come up around this time as well. With Venus also in your 9th house, sextiling Pluto in your 11th house, this could be a really deeper understanding of friendship, society, and truth. So are your friendships really giving you that deep need that you have, or are they really giving you that like deeper truth that you have? Like are they being honest? Like, are you being honest with yourself as well, you know? And so hopefully that made sense. Sorry, there was a dog barking and I kind of like forgot what I was saying while I was talking. So let's go ahead and see what your tarot cards have to say, Pisces. So Okay, so you guys got bully. I forget what other sign freaking got this now, damn it. You guys got bully. So it says, light attributes highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attributes conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So this could be you or someone that you're dealing with, basically. You could be challenged to find your power in a situation. Somebody that maybe is acting like they have power over you or that is suppressing you in some way, basically. So the next card we have here is victory and success. So this is basically equivalent to the Six of Wands. So basically, there could be something where you need to stand up for yourself, because the next card we have is light. Something that is brought to your attention and where you need to stand up for yourself and or stand up to somebody that has been kind of verbally abusing you or putting you down in some way, or basically throwing their opinions on you or preaching to you or whatever. And then we have the Two of Cups and the Three of Wands. So some of you guys could even be reconciling a situation with somebody that you weren't getting along with at some point. I do see that too with the Two of Cups here, just really understanding where the other person's coming from. Also, I feel like some of you guys are like moving forward with something, moving forward with some kind of agreement, apology, reconciliation of some kind. And I feel like it's really going to go well because you're really seeing the light. You're really like, you know, focusing on the light part of it. So I'm not really getting anything too crazy for you guys. I feel like there could be something that comes to light, but I don't think it's bad, really. Like the only like negative card we have is bully here. And so I feel like some of you guys are just facing your fears. Some of you guys maybe bullied yourself, right? And you're bringing that to light. You're bringing that shadow attribute to light and healing it. So that is awesome, Pisces. That is what I'm getting for you guys. Hopefully it resonates. Let me know down below. And we are going to move on to Virgo. What is going on, Virgo? So this is your weekly and new moon and Scorpio messages. First, we're going to go over the themes in astrology that are happening for you. Then we're going to quickly go over your cards. So basically, the new moon is happening in a spot for you that is all about how you think. It is all about how you talk, your mind, what you think you know, how you think about the environment that you're in, how you process the environment that you're in, your local environment. It can rule siblings as well. So basically, that's kind of where your focus is going to become. So this could have anything to do with your ideas, inspiration, anything to do with conversations, meetings, etc. And so it's going to be challenging the planet Uranus, which is going to be in a spot for you that is all about a higher understanding, higher education, foreign travels, foreign lands, other people's opinions, and just getting out of your comfort zone. So basically, I feel like you're going to be challenged, or some kind of unexpected event is going to happen that you are going to be challenged to have a higher understanding or to see the bigger picture, basically. There may be some opinions that are thrown at you, or there may be something that happens where you think you know the answer. You think you know, like you think that you are right about something, basically. You think you know what's right, but something catches you off guard. Some kind of unexpected event happens. It could have to do with travel or your environment or what you thought you basically knew that maybe wasn't what you thought it was. Mars is going to be in a spot for you that is all about income, money, your values, what you put value in, and all of that. It's going to be challenging Saturn, which is in a spot for you that is all about creativity, imagination, children, entertainment, pleasure, dating, and all of that. So basically what could happen here is you could have you could be like really motivated to make money, or really stressed even when it came to money and for some reason, and you could have some kind of responsibilities with money or children that are coming up around this new moon, or this could be testing your patience with your children as well around this time, or just with children in general. And it's also questioning, like, what do you truly value? What do you truly put value in? And getting second opinions on that. Also self-respect and finding some kind of balance between self-care and other people. And so that is what I feel like this Scorpio new moon is going to be about for you guys, Virgo, and the themes that it's going to bring up for you guys. So let's see what else is going on here. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have the sacral chakra, which is number 2. And then we have the spiritual union, which is also number 2. So this right here is like passion, like someone that you're passionate about. Maybe you meet someone or you're already with someone. The sacral chakra is responsible for sex and all of that, like our sexual desires, our sexual instincts and all of that. So this is looking good so far. Then we have scribe, the archetype of scribe, which says light attributes, preserving knowledge and information. Shadow attributes, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So I feel like Virgo, you guys may need to speak up about something, or you may not be putting yourself out there, or you may not be speaking up about something, and it may be holding something back in the sexual or dating realm here, or you may be forced to come forward about something. Something that has been a burden for you, right? And I feel like this new moon is going to be an unexpected cleansing out of something that has been a burden for you to do with anything that we've talked about so far. So basically it could seem scary and chaotic at first with the Tower here, but it is clearing out something that's been a burden for you for a long time. So maybe you've been keeping some kind of information in, or your partner has, and it is going to basically free your sacral chakra and help you guys really come together in some way. Now, if you're single, this could be someone that you're meeting or something along those lines. Something is going to clear the burdens of the past and help you start anew. Now, if this doesn't have to do with you meeting someone else, this could be a spiritual union with yourself, really awakening to your own instincts. Virgo, there may be something that you need to document or that you need to write down this week that you really need to pay attention to. Maybe journal this week. There could be something that comes back around that you really need to pay attention to around this time. So that is what I'm getting for you guys. Hopefully it ends up resonating. And yeah, I love you, Virgo and Pisces. And we are going to move on to Libra and Aries. What is going on, Aries and Libra? This is your weekly messages and tarot reading for the week and for the Scorpio New Moon. So let's jump into it, starting with Aries. So this new moon for you guys is going to be in a spot that has to deal with sexuality, power, the truth, secrets, fears, psychology, the taboo, the occult, transformation, all of that. And this new moon is going to be opposing Uranus, which is in a spot for you that deals with your income, your money, your values, the things that you put values in, your talents, and all of that. So this could mean that some kind of unexpected money situation arises, some kind of unexpected debt, bill, something along those lines, or even some unexpected truth could come to the surface about your values, or that affects your values or your self-worth, or affects your income, or something along those lines, or affects something else in your life. So this is also changing and transforming what you may be putting value into. What are you putting value into right now? Like, what is important to you right now, Aries? And really taking a look at that. And there could be unexpected things coming up with contracts, triggers, fears, sexuality, agreements. Basically, it's just not a good time to rush into anything, to force anything, to try to control anything right now, Aries. I know that's hard. You're ruled by Mars. That's in your nature. But just try to take a step back. Try to get other people's opinions, advice. Just really try to look at all sides of the situation, because your ruling planet Mars is in Libra right now. So if you embrace that energy, that will help you out a lot more. So anyways, with Mars in Libra, it's going to be opposing Saturn and Capricorn. So for you, this is going to have to deal with, once again, agreements, relationships, legalities, contracts, or even feeling powerless, delayed, held back, or blocked in some way when it comes to agreements or with your relationship. Your partner may be trying to like rush things or force you to do things or control things, or could be a little bit more stressed out than usual, you or your partner could. And also you could even find that you may have some exes coming into the picture for whatever reason. It's very important. There could be something going on between your relationship and your public image or your reputation or your career, basically. So I would definitely pay attention to that around this time as well. Anyways, so let's go ahead and see what's going on with your cards, and then we'll move on to Libra. So, Okay, interesting. So the first card we have is light, and this is basically the sun and the regular Rider-Waite deck. So we have light, we have fulfillment of wishes, which is like the 9 of cups. Wow, Aries, this is actually good. So it seems like some of you guys are manifesting something that you guys have been manifesting is coming to light. Then we have child magical. I believe Capricorn got this card as well. It says the light attributes are seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So Aries, if you guys can keep your mind in a really magical place this week and really believe in magic this week, you are manifesting some shit. Like, this looks really freaking good. So something is coming to life for you guys. Like, this is some kind of wish is coming to life. So don't start, don't get into like disbelief or lose hope or anything like that, because this is really good. We then have the 2 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. So basically what could be happening here is there could be some kind of agreement or contract that you do have to walk away from. With the 2 of Swords here, this can be an agreement, contract, decision, coming together of something. And then with the 8 of Cups, this is basically having to kind of walk away and look out for yourself. And so I feel like, it's really focusing on yourself this week, focusing on what you want, what wishes you want fulfilled, what dreams you want to bring to life, and not getting caught up in other people's stuff, because you have the power right now to bring these things to life, to manifest these things, but there may be people trying to get you to do something that you really don't want to do this week that you may have to walk away from. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys, Aries. Definitely keep me posted down below. Let's go ahead and move on to Libra. What is going on, Libra? So basically, let's go ahead and talk about what the Scorpio New Moon and this week is going to do for us Libras. So the new moon is happening in a place for us that is all about money, our income, our talents, our values, what we put value in. And it is challenging Uranus, which is in a spot for us that is all about our fears, our sexuality, our power, our truth, transformation, death, rebirth, other people's money and resources. So basically, what could come to the surface here is you really want to focus on your money, on manifesting, on your values, on what's important to you, but something unexpected could be coming to the surface or happen out of nowhere, surprise you, or shake things up to do in these categories of your life, to do with like bills or sex or secrets or truth, or just something that you weren't expecting that kind of came out of nowhere, or some kind of fear could come up that could shake things up. Basically, this is all about self-care, taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, value, talents, your gifts, your income, and money. Unexpected bills, fears, triggers, sexuality, like I was saying before. I'm just kind of reading my notes. So Mars is in our sign, giving us the drive, the stamina, the physical assertion, giving us the motivation to really want to do things and get things done that we want to do for ourselves. But where it's being challenged by Saturn, which is in Capricorn, which is all about our family sector. So basically, we could feel like, our family or some kind of responsibility or something is holding us back to do with the home. We could really feel like delays to do with the home or the family could feel like they are restricting us or suppressing us in some way. And so we could feel like we are being blocked or held back in that way. This could also be something to do with dealing with past stuff, karma, wreckage from the past, or responsibilities from the family, the home, or the past. Family delays, family holding you back, like I said before. Delays with home or investment, property, etc. Family wanting to force or rush things without getting second opinions could happen. So really make sure you're getting other people's point of views, you're getting other people's opinions. And watching what you say around this time. What you say could end up turning into some kind of scandal. So yeah, you could also find that you're wanting to transform or change something about your home. You may be spending money on transformation of your home or something that is personal to you. You could be having a deeper intimate connection to the past or someone from the past, or even a family member. So these are the things that you could be experiencing right now for us Libras. So let's go ahead and see what our cards have to say. Oh, okay, so we have spiritual union. is like the Two of Cups, but then we have conflict and defeat. So Libra, it seems here that there could be some kind of conflict to do with an agreement, a relationship, a contract, something to do with that kind of thing, some kind of challenge that comes up, because you may kind of be, we have the Damsel card here, so you may kind of have like expected, you may do something or say something, or something happens because you weren't thinking about it, or you expected someone else to do something for you, basically. So the light attributes of the Damsel are understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. The shadow attributes is waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. So like I said, self-care, it's really important to rely on yourself this week, because if you start relying on others, it's going to lead to conflict and defeat, and you're going to feel powerless, and I don't think you want that. We also have the Two of Hazards and the Page of Wands. You could be juggling a little bit too much, or basically wanting someone else to do something for you, you know, or expecting someone else, because this week can be a lot about expectations. And when we start expecting things, shit can kind of get stressful, right? Because no one is going to actually lead up to our expectations, and then we're just sitting there waiting on them. So you have this inspiration, but you're kind of like having to juggle all these things, and you feel like it's kind of blocking you and holding you back from moving forward. You definitely want to, you know, there could be some kind of news about money, or something that forces you to kind of balance things out, or stresses you out about money, or take like a second look at money, or something along those lines as well. But I really feel like try not to have any expectations, try not to fight with your partner, try not to blame your partner for anything. You could be trying to put a lot of pressure on your partner right now with Mars in our sign. I know I was, so I'm not judging you if you are. I'm just saying be careful of it, because it definitely could lead to conflict and defeat. So that is what I'm getting for you guys, Libra, and this is our last sign. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'm gonna get off here so I can edit and upload this video. Be careful this week, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.